Hello, hi, and I'm very happy to be here and speak with you, and thank you for the opportunity. The biggest challenge of energy leaders today is to build around digital transformation is how to build their technology roadmap and the right blend using different tools. As we know, at the end of the day, the goal of any energy company and utility company is to build a safe network and to grow the business in a safe manner and an efficient manner. And in order to do so, definitely technology can help. And more specifically, the use of digital tools can play a significant role in this journey, in this effort. Now, energy companies are they can be in operation for decades, and there are a lot of things that can be improved, a lot of new technologies that are being presented to the industry. And the question at the end of the day is, as a leader, is look at all the technologies that are available on the one hand, and some of them are well proven, some of them are maybe more like long-term initiatives. So you have this on the one hand, and on the other hand, you're looking at the company and all the processes that are in place, a lot of legacy tools and stuff like this, and how to blend between the two, how to come up with a roadmap that will help me to see a short-term return on the investment in terms of the efficiency, safety, increasing the safety of the network, and so on and so forth, but also looking a little bit long-term in more, I would say, strategic initiatives. So I think it's very clear that the energy sector is heading to a more distributed network on the one hand, and a different mix of resources that are going to play in this blend. And at the end of the day, if you look at the network of any energy company, or if we look at the households, at the end of the day, they are going to get energy from different resources. And it's going to be, maybe it will be a two-way process. It will be also generating energy and also buying and selling for the network. And at the end of the day is how can I make sure that I have the tools and the data to support this type of mix and this type of distributed model. As we know, there are a lot of investments that are now happening, specifically in India around gas, not only in India, but in India around gas infrastructure, both on the distribution, the CGD business, as well as the transportation high pressure pipeline project. And at the end of the day, the goal of all the players in the industry is to make sure that they are building a safe network on time and on budget. This is the goal. All of them are spending or will be spending a lot of billions and billions of dollars in building the network in the next decade. And a lot of the network is going to be built by third parties, contractors that are going to build on the behalf of the CGD, on the behalf of all of the transportation company. But how can we make sure that the field crews that are building the network on the behalf of the energy company will do it in a safe manner and will provide us with all the data that we need, first, to make sure that the infrastructure is safe, that we have all the data about the assets that were installed in order to support the future needs, and also, of course, looking in terms of financial resources, reconciliation of the asset, and general project management tools. And I think that in this case, technology can play a great role. And I can tell you that more specifically, this is what our company does. What we did over the past 5 to 6 years, we built a technology that really focused around gas and energy in general, infrastructure construction, and building a platform to close this gap and to enable some of the largest utilities in the US to manage the entire construction project end to end, from the design, the initiation of the project. When you know what you want to build, you have the budget, you have the design, through the actual execution in the field, the as-made that is being done during construction, and the project closeout at the end of the day. I think, as you know, we are an Israeli-American technology company. We are on the Israeli side. We came with the technology and the R&D, and then we had a strong US base that are with export that have come from the energy and more specifically the gas industry in the US. And together, we really try to come up with a solution that will help some of the largest US utilities to manage their construction and capital project, as I mentioned, and really work with them as our design partners in this journey of digital transformation. Now, when you're talking about with companies that already have millions of miles of assets that are already buried in the underground, they don't have enough data. This is why they have a lot of initiatives that their goal is to increase data integrity, and also of course, replacements and repairs of the network. I think that in this, if you look at India today, they have the privilege to build their network almost from scratch, but also to start from day one, and to use the tools that are today are available, and you can put it in the hand of the field crews in order to make sure that the job is done today on time, as I said, on budget, in a safe manner, and to make sure that they have all the data that they need for the next decade or 2 decades moving forward.
Thanks, Shahar. Thanks for those comments, and it's always a pleasure to talk to you. I remember when we were talking about this entire issue last time, also a few months back, and that time also you were saying that how critical time is, right? Because we have, as a country, we have to make the decision to choose the right things for us in this phase of expansion now, right? Because if we don't do it now, tomorrow when that development has happened and projects have come up, right, we won't have the time to go back and correct things, right? So time is now to make that decision. That's
Exactly.
that was my key takeaway from that time,
And I can tell you that during COVID, despite all the really the situation, it is not easy for everyone worldwide, and specifically in India these days. I can tell you that during COVID, we deployed our technology and support pretty large projects in India during COVID, remotely and with physical presence of our team, because I think both us and of course our partners, our local partners, the company that we are working with, understand that this is time to do it. And we were able to deploy our technology to production with large players in the industry during COVID because of the understanding of both sides. That yes, it's not going to be easy. There are restrictions. There are a lot of challenges that we need to meet, but this is the time to do it. And I'm very happy that we did it, and we put the extra effort. We had a great local support and great partners in India, and we were able to deploy the technology into production in large scale during COVID. And it's exactly because of what you said, the understanding of this is the time. We can't wait, because this is something that these assets are going to be, we are going to use them for the next 50 years. So again, COVID, it's tough times, and we hope for the best that it will get better in India and in worldwide. But we want to make sure that we're doing what we can without, of course, taking too much of a risk, to make sure that we will have what we need moving forward as well. So we are here, and we are happy to support the local efforts, and we are honored actually to do it with the great partners that we have in the country.